Can you smell that incredible fragrance in the air right now? It is the crisp, clean scent of crushed leaves that carries a deep, unmistakable note of rich vanilla, mixed with a warm hint of star anise, rising straight up from the garden soil. Most people have no idea that a single plant growing right outside their back door can completely replace refined sugar, cut a household grocery bill in half, and outlive the person who planted it. The massive corporations selling you artificial chemical sweeteners are spending millions of dollars to keep you from learning its name because they cannot patent or profit from a seed that costs less than $2. This is the incredible, untold story of Sweet Sicily, an ancient powerhouse that has been sweetening food for over 5 centuries long before any modern laboratory ever existed. Once you discover how this single plant can transform your kitchen, your backyard garden beds, or your entire farm field, you will never look at a packet of white sugar or an artificial chemical sweetener the same way again. If you are ready to reclaim your independence from industrial food systems and fill your home with natural, budget-friendly remedies that actually work, please take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button right now. We are building an incredible global family of self-reliant growers here, and I would absolutely love for you to join our community so we can share these forgotten household secrets together. While you are doing that, please drop your exact location down in the comments section below, whether that means your city, a rural village, a farming district, or your home country. It is genuinely beautiful to see where everyone is tuning in from, and knowing your location helps me understand exactly how our community is growing and what kind of unique climates we are all working with. Think of the comments as our digital garden gate, where high-rise balcony growers, backyard kitchen gardeners, and large-scale field farmers can all stand together, swap real-world experiences, and help each other thrive. Most people completely throw away their kitchen scraps or spend a fortune on store-bought fertilizers, without realizing that the ultimate companion for an ancient perennial like Sweet Sicily is sitting right inside their morning coffee pot. Used coffee grounds, which every household produces daily, are an absolute goldmine for this specific plant, because they perfectly mimic the rich, slightly acidic leaf litter of an ancient forest floor. The science behind this is beautiful because coffee grounds are packed with natural nitrogen, which is the foundational building block for plant protein and the exact element that gives leaves their deep, vibrant, green color. Furthermore, as those grounds break down in the dirt, they gently lower the soil pH to create the slightly acidic environment that Sweet Sicily absolutely craves to maximize its essential oil production. To prepare this simple household booster, simply collect 2 cups of cooled, used coffee grounds from your kitchen counter and mix them thoroughly into a standard 5-gallon bucket, filled with clean, settled rainwater. For an everyday home gardener tending to small pots, containers, or a couple of raised backyard beds, you can simply scoop a cup of this dark, nutrient-rich mixture and pour it directly around the base of your plants once a week during the active spring growing season. If you are a medium-scale farmer looking to apply this across a larger acreage, you can scale this up by steeping 20 pounds of used grounds in a 100-gallon holding tank, allowing it to brew for 48 hours before running the liquid through your irrigation lines or a backpack sprayer. The absolute best time to apply this homemade liquid gold is early in the morning when the sun is low, allowing the damp earth to slowly drink up the nutrients before the heat of the day causes evaporation. But here is where it gets really interesting, especially if you have ever struggled with stubborn garden pests or fungal diseases that leave your plants looking withered and pale. Your grandmother probably knew this next trick, but somehow it got completely forgotten along the way as chemical sprays took over the market. Plain white garlic bulbs, which you can find sitting in any kitchen pantry or wire basket across the world, contain a powerful organic sulfur compound known as allicin. When a garlic clove is crushed, this allicin activates and functions as a highly potent, completely natural antibiotic and antifungal shield that repels destructive insects while destroying harmful mold spores on contact. To create a master batch of this powerful protective spray, take 3 whole heads of garlic from your kitchen, Peel the cloves and crush them thoroughly before steeping them in 1 quart of boiling water for about 24 hours. Once the liquid has cooled and turned a deep, pungent cloudy color, strain out the solid pulp through an old piece of cheesecloth or a clean dish towel so it does not clog your equipment. For the home gardener or household grower, pour this concentrated liquid into a simple handheld spray bottle and dilute it with an equal amount of fresh water before misting the soft, fern-like leaves of your sweet sicily or surrounding vegetables. For a small to medium farmer managing multiple rows or large greenhouse tunnels, you can pour this concentrated garlic tea directly into a large commercial tractor sprayer at a ratio of 1 gallon of garlic concentrate to 50 gallons of water. This aromatic shield should be applied once every 2 weeks, during the damp, humid days of early summer, when fungal spores are most active, and it is best sprayed late in the evening as the sun goes down so the active allicin stays on the leaves all night, without being degraded by intense daytime ultraviolet light. Most folks walk right past the yellow dandelion heads popping up in their lawns, treating them like a stubborn nuisance, without realizing what these deep-rooted plants can actually do for their soil health. Dandelions act as natural nutrient pumps, using their massive taproots to drill deep into the hard subsoil and pull up essential minerals like iron, calcium, and potassium that regular plants simply cannot reach. When you pull these dandelions up and steep them in water, you are creating a free, highly concentrated liquid fertilizer that gives your sweet Sicily a massive cellular boost. The logic is simple because the liquid extraction breaks down the plant tissues, making those deep earth minerals instantly bioavailable to the shallow roots of your garden herbs. To brew this potent green tea, harvest a bucketful of whole dandelion plants, roots and all, rinse off the excess mud, and chop them roughly with an old kitchen knife. Stuff these chopped pieces into a large household bucket until it is half full, then fill the rest of the container with clean water, sealing the lid tightly to let it ferment for about 3 weeks until it turns into a dark, earthy liquid. Everyday households can use a small watering can to apply this fermented brew directly to the soil of balcony pots or raised beds every 3 weeks to encourage strong root development. Medium-scale farmers can scale this remedy effortlessly by fermenting large plastic drums of dandelions right at the edge of their fields, using a simple siphon pump to inject the mineral-rich liquid into their larger drip irrigation systems. For maximum results, apply this homemade tonic right after a gentle rainfall, when the ground is already soft and porous, allowing the nutrients to sink deep into the root zone, where the plant can absorb them instantly. You might think that once winter arrives, your ability to feed and care for your garden completely stops, but that is exactly when the magic of natural heat retention comes into play. Raw eggshells, which are consistently tossed into household trash cans after breakfast every single morning, are made almost entirely of pure calcium carbonate. Calcium is the exact mineral responsible for building incredibly strong cell walls in plants, making them highly resilient against extreme weather conditions, unexpected frosts, and structural damage. When you crush these shells and incorporate them into your soil, they act as a slow-release mineral buffet that strengthens the sweet Sicily plant from the inside out, allowing it to push through frozen ground in the dead of winter without snapping or collapsing. To prepare this household remedy, save your eggshells over a few weeks. Rinse them thoroughly with warm kitchen water and lay them out on a baking sheet to dry completely in the sun. Once they are brittle, crush them into a fine gritty powder using a simple kitchen rolling pin or an old blender until they look like coarse sea salt. Home gardeners can take a handful of this coarse powder and scratch it directly into the top 2 inches of dirt around their backyard containers and herb beds every autumn. Small-scale farmers can collect these shells in larger quantities from local bakeries or restaurants, crushing them in bulk and spreading them across their planting furrows at a rate of 50 pounds per acre before the first winter freeze sets in. This application only needs to happen once a year, as the cold weather approaches, providing a continuous shield of calcium that protects the plants throughout the freezing winter months. What makes Sweet Sicily truly spectacular is how its essential oils respond to these natural inputs, especially when the plant faces the harsh chill of a late winter frost. Research confirms that the trans-anatole molecules within the leaves actually intensify in concentration after being exposed to freezing temperatures, meaning that the colder the season becomes, the sweeter the leaf tastes. If you are an everyday household looking to cut down on processed sugar, you can harvest these leaves in early spring, chop them up, and toss them directly into a pot of tart fruits like rhubarb or gooseberries to naturally eliminate the need for added sugar. For the home gardener, having a couple of these beautiful, fern-like perennial plants in a shaded backyard corner means having a permanent zero-calorie sweetener available for the next 20 years, without ever needing to buy seeds again. Small and medium farmers can utilize sweet sisal as a highly profitable, low-input specialty crop that can be harvested in late winter and early spring, when every other commercial crop is still completely dormant in the frozen ground. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today, and for allowing me to share these deeply practical, time-tested remedies with you, right from the heart of the garden. If you found real value in these household secrets and want to keep learning how to cultivate abundance naturally, please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and have your notifications turned on. Don't forget to share your location down in the comments below, because whether you are watching this from a tiny balcony garden in the middle of a bustling city, a quiet suburban raised bed, or a massive tractor in the center of a beautiful farming field, you are a vital part of this growing community. Get your garden tools ready, because in our very next video, we are going to dive deep into a forgotten root remedy that can double your earthworm population in less than 30 days using a common ingredient hiding in your kitchen cabinet right now.